What do you call a leader that has no followers? A chief without a tribe. In this case, we call that Mark Robinson. Because in light of the steamy and salacious post that CNN has uncovered in a bombshell revelation last week, Mark Robinson find himself in a situation where a lot of people are jumping ship. They're leaving him high and dry. Now, let's get to how's he responding to this. Without further ado, DJ, spin that shit.
Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson made his first campaign stop in our area since the CNN investigation broke last week. This comes as we're learning more about 4 top staff members on Robinson's campaign that stepped down over the weekend. His campaign announced the resignations after a report accused Robinson of making racist and sexual comments on an adult site decades ago, writing things like, "I am a black Nazi," and "I wish they would bring slavery back, I'd buy a few." Robinson says he has denied all the claims, calling them AI generated to hurt his campaign. Now here's a look at the different roles of the staffers that resigned. It includes the campaign's general consultant and senior advisor, the campaign manager, the finance director, and the deputy campaign manager. In this announcement, Robinson made clear his intentions to stay in the race, saying he's confident he can still win. Now he brought that message to Vernon's Cake Carousel in Wilkesboro. Here are Mark Robinson's unedited comments from the event.
Guys, we're going to run a test here real quick. Now, I want you to look around. I want you to look at these news cameras. There's Spectrum, there's News 2, there's a whole myriad of them. We're going to see what they play, what they say, and what you see on your TV this evening. And I'm going to start off by ignoring all their salacious lies. We're not going to talk about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about you.
Amen.
The same thing we've talked about this entire campaign that they have ignored. And I want to see if you see this evening on the news. I know this speech so much that I can repeat it because I've said it in every corner of this state. The thing that we are concerned with in this race, we are not interested in turning back and looking backwards.
That's right.
Except to see the mistakes that we've made in this state politically so that we do not repeat them. What we are interested in is looking forward. And here's what we need to look forward to do. We need to, number one, work on our economy.
That's
that
right.
is the number one issue that faces us.
Right.
Why is it so important? Because that economy is built on 5 pillars. It's built on the pillars of public safety, public education, health care, infrastructure, and housing. Without those things, we cannot have an economy. And you need a governor who is going to make sure that those things are healthy. How does the governor do that? Because the governor appoints the people who are over the Department of Public Safety. It appoints the people who are over the school board, which holds sway over education. The governor appoints the person in DHHS, which holds sway over health care. And the governor appoints the people who are over DEQ and DOT, which largely determine our housing and our infrastructure. The governor plays a huge role in determining the success of our economy and the health thereof. We need to make sure that those agencies are healthy, that they are not being weaponized against the people. Let me say that again, that they are not being weaponized against the people, no matter whether they're Republican, Democrat, or independent. They need to be there to support the people, not browbeat the people. We need to make sure those agencies are healthy so our economy can be healthy. Amen. Now, inside of that, we're talking about education, folks. We talked about education and we mentioned education, but you got to pull that piece out and you got to examine that one big time. Why? Because we have a $33.1 billion budget in this state. And of that budget, we spend 61% of it on public education. And statistically speaking, our K through 12 students cannot read on a grade level. When was the last time you heard that statistic in the news media?
Never.
This news media is not concerned about the issues that you are facing.
Fake news.
They're not concerned about the issues that you're facing. And I guarantee you that they will not play this message tonight on their evening news or afternoon news or any other news. Because they don't want to focus on these things. But we have been laser focused on this entire campaign. This is what we have been focused on.
We don't fit
We
the
have not been
narrative.
focused on lies based on salacious stories from 15 years ago.
That's right.
We've been talking about the truth of the matter of what's going on in this state, the lives of the people of this North Carolina, and how it is affected. Because we want to bring solutions, folks. We want to bring classical education. We want to bring classical education back to this state. We want agendas gone from the classroom, political and social. They need to be gone. We need to get back to reading, writing, and mathematics. We need to get back to history and civics, real history and civics, not the 1619 project,
not what they put in the
not
book.
CRT, not DEI, but real history. So we can get our children career ready.
Yes, sir.
And have them ready to build an economy in this state. And here's the North Star we should be shooting for in this state.
And you're the
The
man to
governor,
do it.
Yes,
the
sir.
governor, the legislature, and everybody in this state. We should be shooting to build an economy that spans from Murphy to Manio.
Yes.
Everybody in this state.
All right, so notice in that diatribe he went on, because yes, it's nothing more than a dookie shoot diatribe that he went on. He spoke to only a whole bunch of white folks. He did not go to the black community, right? He don't go to the black community. He not looking for black people support. He is in right with all those racists, the white supremacists, and the people with the generation gap in their mouth, right? Yahoo! Yeah, Mark, you the right guy for the job there, Mark. That type of thing is going on. What's up, David Joseph? And shout out to David Joseph for his $5 super chat. He said the gelatinous one's campaign is struggling, and I'm loving it. Well, guess what? Get in line, because I'm loving it too. So he was up there talking, but we're not focused on them salacious lies from 15 years ago. Unfortunately for Mark Robinson, how you talk versus how you live incongruent. A lot of people see the hypocrisy for what it is, and they're turned off by that. Now, the investigation announced in a statement that his top advisor, Conrad Pogoreski, or Pogozelski, he's the top advisor. Chris Rodriguez is the campaign manager. Heather Willier, finance director, and Jason Rizek, the campaign deputy manager, all have stepped down from their roles in the campaign. Now, Pogozelski said in a text message, told Axios that the reports are true, that he, along with others from the campaign, have left on their own accord. He said, in addition to those, announced that political director John Contolis, political director Jackson Lohr, and director of operations Patrick Riley have also resigned. God damn! Them white supremacists leaving your ass in droves. They're doing the motherfucking cha-cha out the door. Robertson has seen his poll numbers slide in the months before the CNN report, as other past incendiary comments he's made came under the spotlight. Robinson said in a statement that polls had consistently underestimated Republican support in North Carolina for several cycles now, and with a large portion of the electorate still undecided, as we continue to ramp our efforts across the state, he's confident that his campaign remains in a strong position to win on November 5th. Well, that's not confidence, that's delusion. Doug High, a Republican strategist from North Carolina, told Axios that over the phone that the campaign staffing overhaul doesn't matter because the campaign was already over. Mm-mm-mm. These people are leaving in droves. They are not waiting around to see this ship sinks. They're getting out as fast as they got in. And Mark Robertson don't have nobody but to blame for himself. There's nobody that Mark Robertson could point the finger at but himself. Mm-mm-mm. This reminds me of when Herschel Walker was running for Senate out there in Georgia, and they had that drip campaign out on him, and all kinds of articles started coming out about Herschel Walker. And what was even more egregious, but that man came within the eyelash of still becoming senator out in Georgia. Now there was a runoff, and uh, you know the pork chop preacher with the strong pimp hand, and Raphael Warnock finally got Herschel Walker up out of there. Mm-mm-mm. Now North Carolina has already started putting out the absentee ballots. A lot of those absentee ballots were sent to military and overseas voters on Friday. Polling in recent weeks has shown that Robertson was down by more than a dozen points in some cases, trailing Democrat Josh Stein, the state's attorney general, for the seat currently held by Democratic Governor Roy Cooper. Now, Roy Cooper is at his term, he cannot run again. Republican officials in the state believe that Robertson's chances of winning the seat are now nearly non existent. On Thursday, news report about his past online activities about making posts on the pornographic site Nude Africa that he enjoys watching Transformers on girl porn, and that he was a black Nazi, amongst other salacious and inflammatory comments. And also, there were emails about having an Ashley Madison account registered in his name. Yeah, and after that CNN report came out, there was this thorough cleansing of anything with Mark Robinson's name attached to it. Funny how that works. Hey, I didn't have all these salacious things tied to my name, and yet there's been a thorough cleansing of anything regarding Mark Robinson's name, whether it be on a steamy website or so much as a mailing address from a porn site. Anything that had Mark Robinson's name on it got wiped because they were going into damage control mode. You're done. All right. And I feel nothing for you. I don't feel sorry for you at all because this was the hill you chose to die on. Right. Remember? A few years ago, you went mega viral telling about it's you who owe. It's you. Nobody owes you a damn thing. Take that, Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, that was you. Right? And you went on that next level, extra flaky butter biscuit eating screed, boy. I tell you, I never heard nothing like that. I have never heard that kind of buck dancing a day in my life. Through all the people out there, through the Jason Lee Petersons, the Larry Elders, the um, the Jason Whitlocks, the Stephen A. Smith. I mean, that kind of buck dancing you did, Mark Robinson. I swear to God, boy, that I tell you, that was a Oscar-winning level performance you put on that stage on that infamous night, boy. I tell you, you is a motherfucking coon to the 10th power. Lord have mercy. Mm-mm-mm. So look again. You could be a barbecue pit master. I mean, you have the look. I mean, if you stop dressing like Donald Trump and all that, and stop trying to, you know, kiss the pinky ring of the orange man and all that, and you trade that suit for a white t-shirt with an apron and a chef hat, and then maybe you write something on your goddamn apron called "Kiss the Cook" or some shit, and pull up a mitten and a spatula, and you fit right in. Maybe you can dress it up by having some barbecue sauce drip off the side of your lip or some shit, right? Make it interesting, right? Because I believe that's gonna be your next career, not the porn, right? Because Lord knows we don't want to see no job of the slut in the porn video. No, hell no. We want you to make us a whole hog at $2.75 in the smoker for about 12 to 15 hours. Make sure you put some water and apple cider vinegar in that bitch and spritz that bitch every hour or whatnot. Keep that meat from drying out. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, you're done. All these people are jumping ship. They want to go somewhere else. They would rather, spend time with their family than watch you get your ass beat and be contributing factors you getting your ass beat. All these people jumping ship, and you have nobody to blame but you. And that's all I gotta say about that. Now, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Oh, happy day! Oh, happy day! Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!